Versace, ça va seul, il lance, c'est goal!
Tout comme les Flyers, les Nordiques sont toujours invaincus et ils connaissent un excellent début de campagne. Grâce au Owen Nolan, Matt Sundin et au capitaine Joe Sakic, les
Tim Hunter, 2-1 Quebec. Late in the second, Owen Nolan one times it 3-1 Nordique lead. Pat Burns says, this is how we're going to do it on the power play, men. Just watch. Cullen responds, the newcomer, off the feed from Glenn Anderson. Cullen, who had so much trouble, a lot of pressure on him in Hartford. He was part of the Ron Francis trade. Well, that first goal in Toronto's sweater, and it's 3-2 Quebec. Leafs are up 4-3. Mike Ricci centers. Look at the top corner. Dave Ellett goes for the stick, but he left Nolan alone. 4-4 going to overtime, and just 23 seconds in. It's Ricci again setting up Nolan for the game-winning goal. Nolan's second hat trick of the season. Ricci had 4 assists, and the Nordiques have lost just.
Got a look at baseball's Philippe Alou and hockey's Quebec Nordiques, who exposed some brewing problems. Boston blew a 2-goal lead, and the game finished in a 4-4 tie. The second-place Nordiques maintained their 3-point margin over Boston in the standings, thanks to a 2-goal night from Owen Nolan.
Moves it around, Sundin in front, score, Nolan. Nolan wide open in front, set up by Sundin.
The Bruins, sub 500 on the road, could not overcome the revitalized Nordiques. In North America, the beautiful city of Quebec. With a history that spans 3 centuries, old Quebec combines charm and tradition with a style that is unmistakably French-Canadian. But these days in the provincial capital, there's even more reason for pride. The Nordiques are back, and they're back big time. Quebec is having the most successful season of its 13-year NHL history, and everyone's enjoying it.
La soirée met en vedette Matt Sundin ainsi que l'alignement des deux équipes. Courez la chance de gagner 1000 $.
We got the best fans in the league. You know, we haven't made playoffs in 5 years, and we still have an outstanding audience. They're behind our players 100%. It's a beautiful city. There's lots to do. We never lost for time. And when you get to learn the people and learn a little bit of the language, it's a great city to be in.
They do have fun here at La Coliseum. They're having a lot more fun this year than they've had in the past.
The pass ahead to Sundin. Sundin with a great reach and stick handling ability, and he scores.
So far, I think the way the season has been going is just unbelievable comparing with the other two seasons I've been here.
LaPointe able to keep it in the Boston zone. Drive, score! Kovalenko scores! And a win for Quebec in sudden death overtime.
I think we do have a good chance to go all the way there. I mean, I would lie to you if I'd say, no, I don't think so. But first time I see something like this in my career. You know, the guys are young. They want to win. Doesn't matter if they're Russian, French, we got Swedish, we got Czechoslovak playing. I mean, it's just something everybody, the gel is unbelievable. You know, everybody wants to win, and they want more. They're hungry for more, and it's something that I haven't seen before.
Here comes Kamensky. Valerie Kamensky weaving his way over the blue line. Kamensky scores! Valerie Kamensky!
Not having any problems as far as the Russian, Canadian, American, French, English thing. You know, we're growing together, and we're having a good season. So all the guys are kind of gelling together with the things that are happening.
I think this team really bonded, came together pretty quickly. For all the new faces that were with the team from the beginning of the year, we've seen to gel pretty quickly, and I think that everybody, including the members on the team, were pretty surprised at how quickly we came together.
I think our character on the team is good. I think it's a good situation here. I think from the start of the season to now, there's been a big change, and I think we're starting to learn as a team what it takes to win every night.
With the third best record in the league, the Nordiques recently put on quite a show at home. The victims of the Quebec display were the New York Rangers, who were no match this night for a team in a frenzy. The young Nordiques reached double figures.
Duchesne moving in with Huffman, the two defensemen, and Duchesne scores! That is 10.
The fans wanted 10. It's 10. It deserves to be 10 by the Nordiques. They've seen a lot of, I think, games over the last few years, Sam, where the opposition had 10 goals here. It's now time for them to enjoy the fact that they have a heck of a hockey club, and they can score 10. and they're enjoying it, and why shouldn't they?
A lot of people are saying that we're probably too young, inexperienced for go all the way, but let me tell you, it's just that if up here everybody is ready for it, and I think we're going to surprise a lot of people.
But sometimes the Nordiques even surprise themselves. After defeating the Rangers 10-2, Quebec was beaten by the Hartford Whalers, a team it leads in the division by 30 points. Such are the growing pains of a young and talented hockey club, but the belief is that youth will prevail.
We have to convince our players to grow much faster, 3 times faster than somebody else. I think the biggest source of motivation we have is that the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl. They proved that youth can win in pro sports. I think a few years ago, that didn't happen. I think teams are more offensively minded now. Teams are younger, and those teams are more successful than before. And sports is changing. We're trying to please the fans. We're trying to be more exciting. We're trying to be quicker. And I think that gives us a better chance.
Playing a new style for a new age in hockey, the Quebec Nordiques are built for the future. The coming playoffs will prove if that future is now.
Matt Sundin has fueled the Quebec Nordiques offense in every game this year.
Out in front of the net, they score! Sundin!
Matt is the only player to score in each of his team's games this season. That's 23 straight.
5 secondes. Voilà Acton. Arrêté partiellement par Duchesne. Et ensuite, c'est Ricky qui lance. Oh, bel arrêt de Goussarov qui s'est transformé en gardien de but. Derrière le filet, c'est une rondelle échappée. Et ensuite récupérée par Kovalenko. Sundin, 30 secondes. Sundin, son adverse, il s'avance bien. Et goal!
Matt Sundin tallied with 27 seconds left to tie the game and to keep his season-long scoring streak alive. But Quebec's joy would not last. The Flyers, playing without the injured Eric Lindros,
could get a win against Quebec. Kerry Huffman passes it to Andrei Kovalenko, who had a big night. The 21-year-old draftee from Gorky, Andrei Kovalenko, and the guy from Gorky Parks won, of course. It's his second of the game, and how about a hat trick? First time? Sure, why not? His first career hat trick.
He's never done that before, though, has he? Third period, 5-3 Boston. Bill Lindsay keeps the puck in. His shot is stopped by Moog, but Joe Sakic is right there to put it back upstairs. 5-4.
Looked like he's going to go wide to the backhand, and a quick maneuver to the forehand, and he slipped it past the startled Wade. 1-1.
City of Quebec. There, a young team from all over the globe has come together successfully, rallying around hockey and each other.
I think it's not important who you are from. You know, I'm from Czechoslovakia, Kaminsky and Kovalenko, and those guys are from Russia. Matt Sundin is from Sweden. We got French guys, French-Canadian guys, American guys. That's not important. I think it's important if we like each other and we understand on the ice each other. That's important.
All the Russians, you know, most of them speaks English. One Czech player, Martin Rosinski, speaks English. I speak English, and I think everybody's getting along well. 2 Americans too, and it's a good mix.
Then again, the Europeans also find that Quebec City doesn't seem to be all that far away from what they knew at home.
In Czechoslovakia, my favorite town is Prague.
Who puts it in the open net, 1-0. Later, tied at 1, the Nords' Mike Ricci fights off the check, circles around the net, wraps around and in, 2-1 in favor of the Q. Third period, the Isles with the pressure. Hextall stops one shot, then another, then a third, and finally he's able to smother that thing and stop.
Les Nordiques là, qui viennent de voir les Capitals rater une belle chance encore une fois. Tout dans le gars. Oh! Quel arrêt d'Extor! Est-ce qu'il a la rondelle dans son gars?
Oui. Extor qui lève le bras et vole littéralement les Capitals.
Pierre Pagé coached Quebec to a team record 104 points, 52 more than the year before. They finished second in the Adams division behind the Bruins. Matt Sundin had a career-high 47 goals and added 67 assists. Captain Joe Sakic was the team leader in goals with 48, and he also eclipsed the 100-point plateau. Owen Nolan chipped in with 36 goals and 77 points in 73 games. Scott Young had 30 goals and added 30 assists. Ron Hextall was the starter in goal. He won 29 games and had a 3.45 goals against. He was one of the few veterans on a team that had 14 players with no playoff experience.